Hi there folks, this is a revision clip on external pressures or external factors, also known as PESTEC, from the business department at Blairgowrie High School. We'll be focusing on ensuring you are able to name the external pressures, describe them and explain them. Before we begin, what are external pressures? They are the 6 things that a manager or a business owner cannot control. They are outside of the business's control. The first pressure is political pressure. Political pressures include the introduction or creation of new laws which might affect a business, or changes in government, for example a change from a Conservative leadership to a Labour leadership. Make sure you're able to explain the effect or impact of new laws. As an example, if we were to change minimum wage, this would result in extra costs for the organisation, and we know that increasing costs will result in a decrease in profits. The second pressure is economic pressure. Economic pressures include changes in interest rates which can affect the business, or perhaps the government will introduce new policies in terms of the economy. In terms of explaining or giving impact, if interest rates go up, then a business will have to pay back more interest, and we know that this can again increase costs. We also know that if there are more economic pressures in our country, then customers or consumers are likely to spend less. Social pressures are changes in trends, changes in fashions, changes in what is popular, and trends and changes in society and in people. For our explanation, businesses will have to keep up with what is fashionable and what the new trends are. Therefore, they may have to change products quite quickly, which can mean they end up with a lot of wasted products, or they have to sell off some old-fashioned products at a low price. If we have more women, as an example, going back to work, businesses will have to consider more part-time or flexible work. Changes in technology include the changes in hardware and software available to a business, or changes in the equipment used for production. Businesses must try to keep up with the technology which is used by their competition. Trying to keep up with this change can be very expensive for an organisation, and therefore can affect or lower profits for an organisation. And failing to take new technology into account can result in competition stealing the place in the market. Environmental pressures include the pressure for businesses to be more environmentally friendly, more ethical, more fair trade, to use more recycling, and this again can be a large expense for an organisation. To introduce a recycling policy, or to increase the number of recycling collections for an organisation, the business will have to pay more, and again this can increase costs for the business. Competitive pressures include things such as a rival organisation opening up in the area, or an already existing rival organisation making a competitive move or manoeuvre, such as decreasing their selling price of their products, or running an advertising campaign. The impact on the organisation, well, the business may have to then consider lowering their prices too, to match the competition, or they may have to consider an expensive marketing campaign to compete with their rivals and to keep their customers. In terms of focusing your revision, you of course want to make sure that you can name the 6 external pressures, particularly National 5 and Intermediate 2. Describe them, which you don't give a sentence explaining what they mean, and I would always use an example. If you're asked to explain, you want to use our 2 keywords, use a which means sentence to give the consequence or the implication. And if you're asked to write about impact, then impact means what are the consequences or implications for the business. Will profits be affected? Will costs be affected? Or will the reputation